Hey, it's Tom
And Mike.
from Take Time to Travel.
Athens, Greece is one of the world's most popular travel destinations, and it's no surprise why. With its historic sites, its charming walking streets, and its delicious food, there's so many reasons to come here. So we put together an Athens travel guide to give you some ideas on what to do and where to eat during your trip to Athens, Greece.
We'll start with the most iconic site in the city, where we entered the Acropolis through the monumental Propylaea gates, which was built around 400 BC. Walking through this historic structure is quite breathtaking. Then out on the other side, there's the Parthenon, a temple dedicated to the goddess Athena that's almost 2,500 years old. So it's no surprise that there's continual restoration.
There's also the ancient Erechtheion temple, and over beneath the giant Greek flag is a nice observation deck where you can enjoy a phenomenal perspective overlooking the city. Our Acropolis and Parthenon visit was definitely a highlight of our time in Greece.
Just beside the Acropolis is Areopagus Hill, which is a very rocky viewpoint that also has some fantastic panoramic views overlooking the city. Over on the other side of the Acropolis is the Odeon of Herodes Atticus Amphitheater, which was built in 161 AD, and a short walk away is Philopappos Hill. Atop the hill there's scenic city perspectives, and from this side you can get some fabulous views of the Acropolis and the Parthenon, making for a great place for some photos. There's also the 2nd century Philopappos monument, as well as the prison of Socrates to check out.
For those Athens history buffs, there's the Acropolis Museum, which houses the archaeological findings from the Acropolis and the surrounding slopes. Just beside the museum is the restaurant and patio-lined Makrigianni walking street, which will lead you into the Plaka neighborhood, the oldest in Athens. It has charming narrow walking streets where you can find many touristy shops and boutiques, and of course lots of inviting patios and restaurants, like on the picturesque Mnisikleous Stairs.
Within Plaka, at the northeast side of the Acropolis Hill, there's also the historic Anafiotika neighborhood. Construction and marble workers from the Greek islands settled here, so you'll notice the typical Greek island architecture, as well as the delightful narrow laneways filled with vines, plants, and greenery. And if you make your way up the lovely winding pathways, you'll be able to enjoy a unique view of the Acropolis, as well as some more incredible vistas overlooking the city.
Another lookout point with a spectacular view is atop Mount Lycabettus. The hike is about 30 minutes and fairly steep, but it's worth the effort to reach the highest point in central Athens. Up here, there's this quaint little church of St. George of Lycabettus, and of course, some stunning bird's-eye views across the city.
For a more leisurely outing, check out the Athens National Garden. It's a very green and scenic park downtown, with various ancient ruins, a cute little pond, and even a small zoo with some friendly goats.
Across the street is the Presidential Palace, where you can see the changing of the guard. Love the traditional uniforms with the pom-poms on the shoes. There's also another changing of the guard ceremony in front of the Hellenic Parliament building, which in our opinion has a more photogenic background. And Sunday at 11 a.m. there's a ceremonial change of the guard, which is quite popular, so make sure to go earlier than we did to get a better view.
Right across the street, there's the central square of Athens called Syntagma Square, which has a lovely fountain in the middle. From there, it's just a short walk over to Voukourestiou Street, which is the best place for luxury shopping with all of the high-end designer brands and upscale restaurants and patios. On the other side of Syntagma Square, there's Ermou Street. It's a vibrant walking street lined with more affordable stores and boutiques, and is where you'll find some free live entertainment from one of the many buskers and musicians. The 11th century Church of Panagia Kapnakaria is here too, and many of the side streets are lined with attractive terraces.
Another interesting place to explore is the Varvakio Central Municipal Market. This cavernous building is filled with lots of fresh fish and seafood stalls, as well as various types of meat vendors and more. A different type of market to check out is the Neos Kosmos Laiki, or farmers market. It's the largest farmers market that we've ever seen, with an assortment of plants and flowers, as well as all kinds of fresh fruits and vegetables, among other things. While we were living in Athens, we came here every Saturday morning.
The Calidromio Farmers Market is also worth a visit. In addition to many fruit, vegetable, and other types of stalls, there's some scenic views of Mount Lycabettus framed between the buildings in the distance.
Now we'll head over to the ruins of an ancient market, the Roman Agora, where you'll find the Tower of the Winds, which dates back to the 1st century BC. Nearby, there's the Greek ancient Agora of Athens, where you can see some of the historic remnants, as well as the spray paint covered subway going by. Also just a few minutes walk away is another must-see attraction, Hadrian's Library, which was built in 132 AD.
Almost right next to the ancient library is Mnisikleous Square. It's one of Athens' main squares, surrounded by rooftop bars with some incredible views. And just off the square, down Hephaestus Street, is the Mnisikleous Flea Market. At first you'll see many different kinds of shops and stores selling an assortment of clothes, shoes, and touristy goods. But if you keep going and turn right, there's my favorite part of the market, where you'll find all kinds of different used furniture, books and novels, knickknacks, dishes, lighting, and who knows what else. Some of the places are so packed with stuff you can't even get inside. It's best to come here on Sundays when most of the vendors are operating.
Nearby, there's the vibrant Siri neighborhood, which has plenty of attractive walking streets lined with inviting patios and terraces, like this super fun and whimsical fairy tale inspired cafe and dessert shop called Little Kook. There's the main walkway to wander along, as well as the Little Kook toy shop, which is absolutely jammed from floor to ceiling with Christmas and seasonal trinkets and ornaments. The Little Kook main building is also pretty memorable, and inside, there's even more fairy tale themed scenery. At night is really amazing too, when all of the lights come on.
Also, when exploring around Siri, you'll notice many different colorful murals, lots of cool-looking street artwork, tons of graffiti, and some cats lounging around. You'll actually find cats roaming throughout the city. Now, the vast majority of them are stray, but the local people put out food, water, and shelters for them and give them affection, so some of the cats are pretty friendly.
Another thing you might want to do is take a horse-drawn carriage ride, or maybe one of the hop-on, hop-off bus tours, which will take you to historic sites in Athens, like the Panathenaic Stadium, which was rebuilt entirely in marble in 144 AD and hosted the first modern Olympics in 1896.
If you happen to be in Athens on March 25th, check out the Greek Independence Day military parade that begins with a skillful marching band, followed by an assortment of different types of tanks, rockets and artillery, military jet flyovers, and even a march of the iconic Greek Presidential Guard.
While in Athens, you can also check out some of the beaches like Kalamaki Beach, or for some more water views, head down to the seaside neighborhood of Piraeus that has some lovely waterfront trails, as well as the Michelin-starred waterfront eatery called Varulko Seaside, which has incredibly delicious seafood. For a cheap eats option, check out Tis Teatro Tosteki. It's a great choice that's both tasty and budget-friendly. And to try some of the best gyros in Athens, check out Tilisto Greek Wrap.
Right next door, there's this mouth-watering dessert shop called Loukamades that has delectable Greek donuts called Loukamades with an assortment of tasty fillings and toppings. For an almost 100-year-old authentic Greek bakery, there's Stani, which has lots of amazing pastries and traditional Greek yogurts to try.
If you're looking to have a drink with a view, we'd recommend A for Athens. And to have a delicious meal with a view, there's Metropolis Roof Garden. For more restaurant and bakery recommendations, make sure to watch our Best Restaurants in Athens video. Please like and subscribe, and remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.